Welcome back to the ESL ESEA Pro League. It's time now for Game 1. NaVi and Mousesports are about to clash on DE Train. And we did see NaVi win the 9th round.
Yep.
And that's going to enable them to choose to start on the CT side. And I mean, there's no surprises there, especially when you have an AWP as prominent as Guardian. So let's just get into the action and put that on your screens as it's time to see how things are going to go down in this pistol.
Yeah, and I'm very excited to see Guardian on this map. He is one of my favorite players, especially on a CT side. And we have a pause because, you know, why not? Why not? Hopefully that will be resumed. It is.
Phew.
Yeah, as I was saying, I really like being able to watch Guardian on maps like this.
Yeah.
NaVi have a great record so far. Not actually that many wins on this map, but being able to take a lot of teams towards overtime and really showing their potential. It looks like possibly maybe a B going to come out from these guys. I'm not too sure how they want to put this utility into play. We'll have to wait and see if they can build something from it. But as you said, NaVi on the CT side, Mousesports on the T side. And it looks like they're actually going to try and get some control towards that outer bomb site.
See where they choose to go with this one. You said already that they're just going to be fighting for control. And look at Flamey trying to do his best to go aggressive, trying to catch them off, and Legija has none of it. He took a big hit, and that's such a thing we should have highlighted before, is that in the absence of Spiddy, we are going to be seeing Legija stand in. Saw Nico yesterday, they're just working their way through old members. Guardian and his, I was going to say his teammates, as they all just keep dropping. Nex has picked up 2 fast ones now, all onto Seized, and he's got very little he can do here. Maybe a couple of respectable frags, but other than that, this is going to be a guaranteed round for Mouse.
Oh.
Oh, Dennis.
No, it wasn't to be. I mean, a lot of money, though, to be fair. But once again, guys, I do apologize, actually. I will be observing today, so it may be shoddy. And I will take full blame for that.
It's an exception, though. Our observer will be back for our next games.
Yeah. So I just want to put it out there that I am sorry for everything I do, but still, we'll have to wait and see how this one goes forward. But yeah, Nex doing a good job in the first round, doing a lot of work. And NaVi just not really having much impact. But they've brought up quite a bit towards this. Yeah. Couple of Deagles, couple of CZs, even that 5-7 on Zs. They've gone for the investment here, and we know it can work.
Yeah. See how this one's going to shape up. NaVi looking to perhaps catch Godby off here, and I think it's going to go pretty well for them as they do connect the first Deagle shot. It's going to be nicely bringing him down to 22. Nade tickles him as well. That's going to be the bomb. All of a sudden, this becomes stealable as Zeus gets one with a 5-7, and this is now a 3v3. They are going to start retrieving weapons, hoovering up Godby's UMP at least. And now the numbers are equal. The weapons aren't. Neither is the armor. But they still have an idea of where that bomb is. Now, Edward on the ladder, not going to be able to find anything as Legija shuts him down, and now it's just going to be a case of Seized and Guardian trying to do something with these pistols. They've already taken a chunk out of Mousesports, and they're going to be relatively happy with that one. As Seized just swings around with a 5-7 to find another head. Oh my lord, he's going to find Nex. This suddenly becomes dealable. Chris J goes into damage control mode to stave that one off, but that couldn't have been any more successful despite that final frag.
That was massive, being able to pick that up. And as you said, Chris J was lucky enough to be in the right place to really bring it in then, because that was starting to run away. That was starting to get a bit too close. I think we're seeing the danger of NaVi here, how much pressure they can put on in just these pistols. And you could argue the power of the CT side on this map, it is quite prevalent, it is quite predominant, and a lot of teams will struggle against it. So we'll have to see if that maybe affects them later into this and how much these teams can achieve. Already Guardian taking a lot, this time a drastically lighter investment, but a bigger stack towards A.
Yeah, they're just putting that 4-1 split. Even sees quite aggressively pushed up. Dennis finds him, and that's probably going to be an indicator to Mouse that with an aggressive CT like that, they probably could start moving that bomb towards that B site. Guardian has rotated, though. Chris J wouldn't take long to dispatch of Guardian, considering his health. Just 18 points of health for him, and a bullet from the UMP probably would be enough. Next catches Zeus, as he's just going to keep pushing around, and the frags are going to keep coming, as we are going to be seeing just Flamey left with 4 Ts to find, and just a USP to do it. Legija is the one to end it, and we are going to be seeing the first successful 3. Now, this is where things get interesting. This is also something that has to be said as the AWP does get put into Guardian's hands, that we've seen it time and time again that a T-side that wins the pistol really needs those first 3 rounds, considering how this can favor that CT side. And so we'll see if Mousesports can really work with those 3 they've been given and try and add some extras onto that that pile of rounds.
Oh, it's a huge factor here, and if they are able to convert this, money starts becoming scarce for NaVi, but this is the player I want to see a little bit from. I want to see that early presence from Guardian. He's being smoked out and pressured very early, and a lot of NaVi members pushing up quite aggressively here, and Zeus does lay down the fire, connects towards Next, and even Guardian is letting a couple of shots off. However, pushing up from the B side as well, Seized is getting involved, but Zeus, they'll overcome with the smokes. You can see one player left alive in this. It is Chris J. He does have the UMP, and I don't know how much he can achieve with this. Gets the AWP, and a great player like Chris J can do work! What on earth was that? And he was so close to getting Edward. Oh my word, that was something that you don't see every day, but in the end, does get shut down. But Chris J, it's this second shot. And even the third, that would have been on. That would have been on. If Edward wouldn't have hit that headshot, if he had hit maybe a body and added another second, Chris J could have had that, and that's just Chris J to a T. That is huge play coming in. But the T side, a little bit strapped for cash now. They don't have the best buy going. Lagisha's down to the Tech 9. Probably going to just try and play around someone, try and pick something off secondary, but Zeus already picking up Lagisha, not the best of starts.
He's making a habit of this, just getting early frags. That's 2 for him. He can go down happy, as now it's just going to be 3 Ts remaining, and NaVi are well and truly aware that there is going to be a heavy presence on towards this site. Guardian, just a FAMAS for him. He's going to be trying to steal that AWP back off Chris J, and he looks like he's going to be able to do it successfully, as he's going to be picking up 2 frags with the FAMAS. Last man, Chris J, as he's going to be holding on to his profound aggression. Let's see if he can exert some, as he's going to try and collect the shot. Not going to happen. And Guardian will be able to pick up the AWP as well. Canadian. I think it was kind of Guardian and Grenade. We kind of went for a Grenadian.
Canadian sensation.
Oh, I see what you did there.
That's Rob Wiz.
That is Rob Wiz.
Yeah, I can't
He still plays CS?
Yeah, I don't think you can quit playing CS what he does. He just kind of like meanders around servers.
That's exactly
But no, we love Rob Wiz. If you remember Rob Wiz, he is still alive out there somewhere in the world, just trying to break into NACS, and wow.
We'll see.
Surprising he's not done that so far, considering the caliber, you know. We'll see. Anyway, into this one we go. T-side don't have a great deal to work with, down to pistols. This should be a very clean round here.
Yeah.
And so far, Seized is definitely making it so.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think he's going to have any issues, or at the moment, considering the lack of nades as well from Mouse. We've seen it time and time again that you can actually win these rounds. Actually, oh my God, is Dennis going to get the bomb down? That's going to be successful. Wow, okay. So yeah, and it's a successful eco there from Mousesports. To say eco, just a couple of Tech 9s, and they're going to be backing away with a smile on their face for that one, because that's not easy. That isn't an easy feat. I'm not quite sure how they managed to get away with that. Just the one frag was all they needed onto Seized in that kind of get-right position, shut him down, and then managed to get that bomb down in turn of that. So that's going to put some extra money in the pockets of Mouse, enable them to buy up a bit more comfortably into this round. And that's going to mean this 3-3 could very well be questioned here in this one.
And I really want these two to fight.
He's keeping it.
Yeah, he's going for it, even with 4.3k. I don't know where he's playing at the moment.
I'm intrigued now.
He's been pushing up quite aggressively. Maybe he'll do it again. I'm not sure. So yeah, he smokes down, pushes up, and I guess it kind of works. Because he can go into places like this, but Lagisha's not going to really have any of that. And Guardian will be the one to find Chris J, making it even harder now for Mousesports to keep hold of this. Zeus pushing up. And I like how actually quite aggressive NaVi are towards this ad bomb site. They don't allow too much control over, but Mouse are out. They've got a possibility to do something with it.
Yeah, and look at these frags just keep coming. Lagisha with a very handsome double. And that's going to put a very tight spot for Guardian. He has leveled it out to a 1v2. There were 3 to 5. Bomb goes in, so now pressure rising as the time continues to tick away. He's going to be hungry to find that planter. He's going to find him. Surely not going to land the no-scope. He does. He actually scopes in to pick that one up. Snatches the AK, and now he's found 3. Can he find the 4th? As Nex is just begging for some time, waiting for that bomb plant to tick away, and he's actually just kind of hunting for the bomb at this point. Guardian checking his corners. He's going to find him. Oh my God, Guardian, you monster. He finds 4 frags. He finds the defuse, and he brings the 4th round home for NaVi.
The man, the myth, the legend. You put him on this map and he just turns up time and time again. No one else can deliver like this man. Chris J came close, but look at this shot. He just lands, hits the shot, and then the way he plays it out to the end is just perfect. And Next should not have peaked like that.
That smoky through as well. I don't know if it was deliberate, but it enabled him to just see the legs of Next. I mean, oh my God, I'm going to have to read into I could read into that. Yeah, that,
okay on this
that got me a little excited. The blood started pumping there.
Where?
Yeah, exactly.
We'll leave that there. But anyway, we are seeing players heading out towards it. Okay. And Edward is going to be the one pushed up here.
You're
and
smart.
once again, these guys, thank you, are playing quite close. And I like this. Not many other teams do this. Not everyone has that real aggressive stance. But once again, Guardian does find his footing early on. Already finding Lagisha, keeping his teammates aware. However, no one really watching Pop here. Edward could be in trouble. He still has the smoke to put into play. Christian flashes out, and Edwards caught in the middle of nowhere. Nothing to be done in that sort of situation. Now Seized has to step up. He's got Zeus with him, and Guardian. There's still a lot to be done, though.
Yeah, we'll see what they're going to find. Let's not rule him out of this one again. Nade's going to go towards those low-health Mousesports players. Just going to tag up GodB as he's decided he could do it once. He's not going to do it again, as he's just going to be roaming around to try and catch the heels of GodB. GodB walks into his crosshair. Guardian not going to connect the shot this time, though. He's not going to make the same mistake twice, as there is another man pushing him. This is just going to be exit frags for Guardian. Oh, he's quick, not quick enough. Guardian goes down to Chris J, as that is going to be 4 for Chris J in that round. Just walking through the site and doing what his kind of counterpart Guardian did just the round prior. Yeah,
and considering Chris J's been not quiet, I wouldn't say, but he hasn't been making that big impact, considering. But GodB, not what I expected so far.
He was at the top of the scoreboard yesterday, wasn't he?
Yeah, maybe taking more of an actual in-game leading role here and trying to put himself very much at the backseat of this one. But it looks like, once again, quite the aggressive start. These guys like to actually play fairly aggressive themselves here. Mousesports aren't adverse to that at all. And oh, Chris J, if he took that shot, he would have actually landed it as well. But the smoke just coming in at the right time. And Flamey will live to fight another day, down by Ivy. But yeah, it's quite nice to witness this. Mousesports now adopting that slower style as well. So they'll take a little bit of control, not much, just a little. Like GodB pushing up towards A main there. Chris J now finding Flamey. They've really weakened the site, but there's still 3 players very close by. Guardians, very aggressive, catching the heels of Next. This man is so quick, it's unreal. Gonna just smoke out towards Pop. Keep an eye on Ivy. No one playing it out yet. Good flash timing here, allowing GodB through. Guardian goes down, and now Edward and C's last 2 standing. Mousesports is slightly slower play, actually paying off this time. Yeah, and Edward's just going to be very dire straight to this point. He's kind of making it a bit easier, though, as Dennis does go down, and Chris J on the hunt with that ult. This should be a shot that Chris J misses, doesn't miss. Hits 100% of the time, and just by that electric box. Edward's going to find them. Oh my god, what just happened? Edward just finds the last 2 frags in the last 2 seconds. 4 kills for Edward as well. These guys individually are going crazy. But the thing was then, Chris J was watching the site. He was keeping his eyes on it as long as possible. And he thought, okay, well, he's not there. He's not on the right side. So he kind of checked that off mentally. And as soon as Chris J looked away, Edward then came into that position. And he must have said, you know, it's clear to GodB, because neither of them even looked at it, because Chris J had been watching it. But that second that Edward took just got him that kill. So 5-4 at the moment. Mousesports actually on their T side doing quite well at the moment. Those first 3 rounds, as we say, very important here, quite imperative. And to be fair, they're doing well with it. But at the moment, starting to line up on towards B. I think C's might have heard something. I think he's got an inkling at least. He might have just seen like a couple of pixels above the smoke then. We'll have to see if he can really control this. Guardian's generally been joining him. And he will be again. He's everywhere. You can't escape him. You really cannot. He is just everywhere you go. Oh, he'll be watching. Yeah, he's going to be waiting for this one. Seized, holding the close cross. Going to flash into the smoke. Spots out one, actually, and that's going to mean Guardian's now under pressure. Yeah, we'll see what he can do with this one. As there are going to be a 4v3, made 4v2 by Guardian, just constantly connecting these shots. But Mouse, another successful kind of Tech 9 half armor plant, and that's 2 out of 2 success rate for them. They'll be happily taking a couple of weapons out of NaVi's hands and going down. Bring that round home. So that's going to be 6 now for NaVi and Mousesports. I mean, where are they going to be comfortable on this T side? Like, it's a question, isn't it? Because there's no real meta set. That's the thing. We've seen people pick up 4 and then go on to win. We've also seen people pick up 6 and 7 and struggle to close it out. So like, I mean, I'm still unsure where to set the bar. That's the thing. I've not seen NaVi play this map firsthand. I've not been the person spectating them. I've not seen that. They're very, very good. They've got such good play, but I'm not sure how good they can close out games. Those 2 overtimes against Virtus Pro didn't go their way. So I'm not sure what they can really offer later into this one, but I'm kind of hoping we see a little boost here. Chris J's going for it, going to peek up, try and get a slight off angle. Oh. And sadly, Guardian just was looking the other way at that time.
He seems to just have a real understanding of where they're going to peak, and he finds another frag. Every opening frag, and what was that statistic? Let's remember that. Let's cast our minds back. Something stupid like 95% of the rounds where Guardian gets the opening pick, NaVi emerge victorious, and it looks to be even more the case in this game. Now Legija trying to make it a little bit more realistic round, and looks like his teammate's going to show up as well. Next does as well. Now 2v2. Their health doesn't really favor them, but they are going to have a go. Zeus says no. 7-4 the score. And sees even recovering that AWP from Guardian's corpse to bring it into the next round.
I think I've got to say, even though the scoreline doesn't really reflect it, I really like the way NaVi are playing on their CT side. I'm actually a really big fan of how Edward just looks so comfortable here. I haven't seen a map where Edward's looked this comfortable for a long time. He always plays, pretty well. He's been really finding some form recently, but for him to look comfortable, that's a different, complete instance. Him and Guardian doing magnificently. And on the T side, really not got a great deal of cash to work with. They might be going in for that B play again. That has been gifting them bomb plants. I wouldn't blame them. They might just switch up, who knows. We'll have to wait and see what they decide internally and what they feel is the best option here. And it does look like they will be going for this one again. And Seized actually already backing up a little bit, maybe trying to predict this.
Yeah, they do seem to have a kind of relatively good understanding of how Mouse like to structure these T rounds so far. And that one player who was attempting to kind of linger around that A site has been eliminated. Next, going to be now sitting in the sidelines for this remainder of this round. 4 Ts are about to start making an appearance towards B. I think Guardian's going to be lying in wait, though. Seized has backed away as well. They're trying to take as much range as they can. It looks like he's going to go back into the fray. Edward's there as well, and the bodies are just going to keep dropping at this point. Edward putting a USB in his hands, and it's all they need, as it's going to be another clean one. This time, not going to get the bomb down. So now 2 out of 3. Still not a bad success rate for these kind of rush-to-plant rounds from Mouse, but they are going to, once again, put weapons in their hands and try and do something, I assume, on that A site.
Did they just...
Is that like a treat?
Yeah.
Like,
in case you need it, guys, it's spawn. I'll just leave you a little treat.
Oh,
thanks, Guardian. Just
lovely
in case maybe
skin
Flame
as well.
you really...
I think that's the noir skin.
Yes, it is. It's very up and coming in the French scene. However, away from the noir skin, aggressive play from Next, but this is a brought up different play.
Hello.
They're actually going through pop here. Zeus is waiting, the T-side being mowed down, but can they weather the storm of Edward? Edward has been huge in this position. He doesn't need to. Kobe Bryant makes an appearance under the name of Flavy, just landing that nade to his lap. And now Christian and God be the last two alive.
Guardian is there as well, just to add insult to injury, picks up the double. I mean, how many shots has he missed so far? We've seen a few, that's about it, a handful, as Guardian still on top of the scoreboard. 17 for him in the 13 rounds played. And
look at the stat at the bottom as well, like how many 3Ks, how many 4Ks he's got. It's just unreal, like this guy on this map. Maybe that little bit of a treat and spawn really encouraged him.
I mean, he probably just read somewhere, it's like, oh, train favors the AWP. I guess I should do well. I guess I should get frags.
This is where I can do good.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's actually watch the T-side a little bit, because it has been so far the NaVi show, and there's not too many ways to kind of say it other than that. They've been substantially playing better.
CT train, but let's see what Mouse going to do with the bomb this time. Looks like they're going to try and get creative with it.
Yeah, they're not going quite where they were before. This is nice. So they're trying to say to them, hey guys, it's another B. You guys just saw Dennis. Hey, come on guys, you know what we like to do here. You're reading into this. Mousesports maybe looking for that switch up, maybe looking for a change. Bomb is with Legija. But they're kind of leaving this quite late now, and I think NaVi are realizing this isn't what we're used to.
Yeah, I think they may have clocked it, especially considering Zeus is about to try and gather, or he was going to try and gather some intel over towards Pop Dog, but to no avail now. Casting his eyes towards main. Be a next art just on either side of those walls, and they're going to try and make something happen with the Tech-9s darting out, and already bullets start flying and bodies start dropping already. Next down, looks like a second's going to join him. It's going to be Godby who picks up the frag though, as now just 2 remain. Make it 1 as Legija with an unarmored Deagle to try and open up the site. It's a pretty hopeless endeavor, but he's going to start well and end badly as he goes down, and 10-4 the score as it is time for that final round of the half. And good God, are we going to be seeing the 11-4 half? I've seen it before, and I've seen teams make it close. I'm looking at that scoreboard while we have it up, though. Godby and Dennis have been really not fragging at all throughout this first half.
No, when a stand-in's already, sitting up with the better, with the better scores, you got to worry. And look at this: Seized, auto sniper, Guardian, going to go with the AWP, and Edward just joining in. Just for
giggles. Had to cut that expression short there. Just for and giggles.
I don't know what you mean. Is that not how the phrase normally goes? I don't know. Maybe I'm getting it wrong all these years. But anyway, we will be seeing Gobby at least finding C's. So increasing his score a little bit. Maybe going to help him out there. But Guardian is still very much present and alive on this one.
Yeah, last time we saw Mousesports on train was actually in the ESL ESEA Pro League, and that was against Titan, where they won 16-8.
Yeah.
So it's not like they haven't got strategies for this. It's just not going well against NaVi.
Well, this time it's going all right. Finally, they're actually getting the picks. But they're still Flamey, Edward, and Zeus. Now, the bomb's yet to be really picked up and taken anywhere. There's still 50 seconds remaining. So who is that with it? It's Nex. So Nex going to just flash out towards A. And then hope that that worked. It hasn't. And this is just going to become an issue. There's still two players here. Oh, Zeus is actually backing off, so it might just come down to Flamey. They might have just sold it well enough, I guess. Wow. That's quite impressive. And if Lagisha just makes a little bit of noise, a little bit of something, anything, they're going to keep him there, but now the alarm bells are ringing. The T-side will start to make their play, but Flamey, he's waiting, and so patiently he waited, but it doesn't matter. Edward now has to pick up the mantle with Zeus lurking in the background. 8 seconds remain. The bomb is not down yet, and Zeus can save the day, and I think he just about has. Time has run out, and that is NaVi just being smart.
That little back down the ladder as he realized, he was just like, oh, okay, no, time.
Yeah.
That was nice. His teammates probably shouting at him as he walked into the his crosshair, but that is going to be what a fantastic half. 11-4 then the score for NaVi as they jump into the T side, and I think it's as we see it quite often with Train, it's going to come down to the pistol round. It's going to be a very important pistol round. We saw Mousesports, of course, secure the 3 rounds off the back of that, and if NaVi were to do that, then they would get damn close to that 16 mark. 14. Maths is difficult. Got there eventually.
Numbers are really
the cogs
hard.
are just turning.
Why
I was
did
like,
you do maths
they'll
on
get
air?
close.
Like,
3
wait,
plus 11.
I thought they were live then looking at your screen. I had a mild panic, and then I saw an AK, and I was like, okay, it's all right.
Okay, yeah, we're okay for now.
I had a little minor panic. It's all right.
We'll wait.
But no, that was a really good showing from NaVi. I think that once again, the players in NaVi are going to be extraordinarily experienced at this map, and they're, known as the greats for a reason. But I've got to say, Edward looking really comfortable is always quite cool to see. He looked so good on that open bomb site, getting aggressive when he wanted to. Guardian, just watch him back. Find his pub demo and just go and watch it back, because that's just beautiful. Chris J didn't have a bad game either, so Guardian was playing up against an AWPer who's pretty on point, but just couldn't get into the flow of it.
And an observation has to be made is that we didn't see a whole lot of AWP v AWP, did we? Like, I mean, that was actually kind of avoided by I don't know who. I would assume Guardian was just kind of going for the more crucial picks for his team, and Chris J maybe was not giving them to him. Still, we're jumping into the pistol round, as I highlighted already. This is going to be crucial for Mousesports if they want to mount a comeback. I say comeback, more so a successful CT side. As Edward's just going to cast his eyes down towards Popdog, does connect a bullet on towards Gobby. Doesn't do too much damage though. Must have just clipped his shoulder. Does have the body armor to keep him safe and secure. As this looks like it's going to be a little bit of a second-guessing game for NaVi.
But look how little damage NaVi have taken. Only 2 players have armor here, Flamey and Edward. Yet they're still retaining all their smokes, and it looks like they're actually lining up their smokes towards this A site, Guardian being one of them. Ooh. I want to see how they want to set this one up here. I think that's just going to go bouncing off the top. As it will. And now NaVi in a good position to get themselves towards A, so really taking their time. And it's going to have to be the likes of Flamey to come in, and Edward. The 2 have armor, the 2 have the Tech 9s, and Gobby's actually found Zeus, and they're waiting for these guys to get into the action. They need to find these players. The bomb is going down as we speak. Seized, doing the dirty work, and doing it well, but now it's down to Guardian, it's down to Edward, and they need to deliver.
Yeah, we just have had 1 armored Tech 9 remaining. It was Edward, but Guardian's just using the Glock. Oh my god, Guardian just stop! He snatches the Tech 9 as well. It's now a 1v2, and this is doable. He's picked up 3 in this round. This would be an ace for Guardian if he does so. Time ticking away. Mousesports realize that they've got ants in their pants. God. And I think he's going to do it. Guardian just needs to catch Lagisha on the defuse. He's going to find him. Guardian just needs to stop, as this is going to be an ace. Guardian just smashes, demolishes Mousesports, and it's such a crucial pistol round as well. He picks up the Tech 9 to end it, and what a performance from one individual. I
love watching Guardian every single time. This guy is insanely good. I don't know how else to say. You put an AWP in his hands, he delivers. You put a Glock in his hands, no armor, he still delivers. He was the utility player in that one. He was the guy setting up the smoke and just trying to get in there a little bit. But no, he comes up with the ace. What on earth is that? Just just get this guy's pop demo. Like, give me the pop demo as well. He's got one of the new AKs that look really pretty as well. Like, everything's going right for Guardian.
Very pretty AK.
It's beautiful. Like his aim right now. Finally, Next stops it. And let's see if Mousesports can recover anything in this round. They have the advantage, and they need to keep it as well.
Not done badly, Mouse here. Bringing it to 2v2.
And actually, if Christian can find the bomb, that's perfect.
He finds death, and now just struggle to pick them up. They were so very low. That would have been easy for the 5-7 if Edward hadn't put the bullet to his
Maniac,
brain.
maybe.
If he was Maniac, potentially, the 5-7 god from yesterday. But still, that's going to be another one for NaVi then. We said, can they pick up 3? 2 so far, and we're looking at Mousesports' economy. Probably going to be seeing the 3rd. Off the back of this pistol.
I wouldn't doubt that at all. But Mousesports, you know, they can do some damage. You can see how close they're getting. It's just, it seems that everyone over on the NaVi side is having the game of their life half the time.
Yeah, maybe.
And it's, how can you deal with that? How can you stop a player of someone, you know, of someone like Guardian's caliber or Edward's caliber, just hitting these shots? And unless they're kind of being able to equal that with Chris J on point, with, you know, maybe Gob B on next, or maybe just, you know, picking up Nico every now and then, how can you really counter that? It's so hard to deal with. And well, as you predicted quite correctly, NaVi do convert this one.
Whew, that is a very big mountain of rounds to climb. 14 for NaVi now.
Sneezed. Oof.
And the margin for error from Mousesports has been completely removed. Like, they cannot slip up once. And, I mean, we say slip up. They could play the perfect game, but if Guardian just has another one of his Guardian rounds, he's had 2 so far in this game alone, then Mousesports are going to be running out of hope.
Yeah, and I can't. Should we do a round with? Should we do a round with Guardian? Now he's on the buy. Let's see what he can do here.
Pull the trigger.
Now.
Shout at him.
No, anyway, we'll spin on. We'll go back to him if we see something happening. He'll probably get an ace, and I'm staring at Chris J on Ivy. But you know, we'll see what we can achieve from this. And already, who's that player pushed up? That's got B. That's a really nice little spot there. As long as he gets a little bit of support from the back, kind of the double fake of the decoy there. They're like, no one's gonna be there. It's just a decoy, and then there's
stands on it.
Yeah, we'll see if that comes, you know, to any sort of use here. But already, I think that was Edward taking the peak. Not going to make this easy.
Yeah, and Guardian just opens up onto Chris J. Just as you said, Zeus charging out. They're going to have that lovely smoke to support him as well. I think that's actually from the CTs there. I mean, it doesn't stop Zeus just from firing a couple of shots through. Connects onto Nex now. The numbers really starting to diminish for the German side. Legija has made himself known around T2. And he's just... Oh, is he communicating with his team? I think they're going to try and save, and they're going to play this right down to the wire.
Jesus.
Okay. I guess that's one man's decision. Godby just saying to his team, no, we're going to go for it. We're going to take it for the long run. And I mean, that's... I mean, you know, I said before, the round prior said they've removed all margin for error. Now, you quite
the
literally...
margin's gone.
There's no margin. We're on a blank piece of paper now.
We're absolutely
We're such idiots. Really.
The problem is that people at home now kind of starting to realise this.
How
we're
much
having
idiots we are, yeah.
How much idiots we are.
Yeah. God.
Englando is
I watched
hard.
that back.
Yeah.
It was very
Special.
intriguing. Yeah, intriguing.
Oh, that was a nice way to put it. Anyway, we are now on to match point for NaVi. NaVi have looked really good. We haven't really seen them test on the T side, which is a little, not surprising, upsetting, I'd say. I'd like to have seen more. I want to see how much maybe someone like Mouse could have pushed them with a little bit more time. But when NaVi had such a good CT side, 4 rounds were just not enough for Mousesports. So let's see if they can find anything in this last round that can maybe recover a little bit of hope. Chris J does have the AWP here, and that's a good way to begin things if they want to really get this rolling. But on the other side, there's always Guardian, and for some reason today, everything is working well for him.
It most definitely is, and see if he's going to be able to do something again. As he's going to, just whistle a shot over the shoulder of one of those CTs on site. The bomb's loose, though. Looks like NaVi haven't really committed to a site yet. They're just going to be looking for the pick, and with Guardian on the form he is in, I wouldn't be surprised if it does come in at some point or another. But it all rests on the shoulders of Mouse now. They cannot make any errors, and that is so difficult when you can just see NaVi just moulding them in their hands like clay. Every single round. Every second that ticks away as well. 55 seconds, and NaVi no closer to a site. I've managed to force some nades out the CTs. I think so.
There's only one smoke left on Mouse. When NaVi finally do make their play, it should be fairly clear, as really there's not much to stop them on towards the Mouse side, aside from the players themselves. And Guardian going to be pop flashing out towards the site, Gonna start looking here. Smoke comes out, locks off connector. Chris J takes the shot, but not going to be met by anything really. And already NaVi going to get themselves towards the site, slowing things down here, showing they like to play this slow game still. But Mouse know how to deal with this. This is going to be that little bit of a recap from that previous play day, but Flamey makes it around the side, finds Lagisha, finds another, and Flamey going wild in the final round here. Or so it looks like, unless Godby and Dennis can dig deep. Godby makes the play out of Ivy, gets the double, but there's still 2 in his way. He's got 5 HP. He is all alone here. And NaVi know it. Zeus to close, and a very, very good performance on Train.
16-4. 16-4. Let me just make sure I don't forget that. 16-4.
So I'm pretty sure Mouse won't forget it.
Yeah, so they picked up the first 3, managed to scrape 1 in, 1 round, 1 weapon round.
You did better than Nip, I guess.
I guess. Yeah, jeez,
Wow,
that was rough. But yeah, no, 16-4, NaVi going to be so happy with that, and it's good to see them on Train and really started to kind of hit their stride. We saw them twice, as you said before, against Virtus Pro, both times going into overtime, both times just falling at that final hurdle. So that's going to be a kind of a big win for them on Train.
Oh, a massive win. And Mousesports aren't bad, bearing in mind they've beaten Titan. If you said maybe they just struggle against, you know, good AWPers, or they struggle a little bit individually, then you look at Titan, there's some big individuals on that team who can do just the same role. But, you know, credit where it's due there towards NaVi. I love their play style. I want to watch just Guardian's Pop demo again and again and again. That guy is just perfect when he gets in those situations. Not many people can achieve that sort of game level, but it's good to see him getting back to true form. People have been saying he's been getting close to being the best AWPer, and I think at the moment, Kenny, I'd say Kenny was the old patch. JW was a little bit to the old patch as well. Yep. But Guardian is certainly in his heyday right now, and whether or not they can transfer that to team wins, I don't know. But that's a very good start.
Yeah, top start there from NaVi, and that's, of course, just the first game of today's games. We've got a whole lot more to bring you. This second game we're going to be jumping into will be Mousesports again, this time up against TSM. And they'll be playing out on Cobble. I've seen Mousesports on Cobble. They actually have a few tricks up their sleeve. We'll see what TSM have to respond. So we're going to go to a quick break before we bring you Game 2 of the ESL ESEA Pro League.